Current status, emotionally confused because I cut off my hair. I decided to cut my hair drastically so that I could donate it to children with hair loss because of Hair for Hazel and just always wanting to donate my hair since I found out that you can donate your hair. And was shocked to have short hair because I've never had short hair before. I've always had long hair, and then realizing that I am extremely emotionally attached to my hair for a couple of reasons, all of them being completely unhealthy, and me now realizing that most of them are completely ridiculous, but I somehow am panicking because I don't have long hair anymore. Reason number one, my mom said jokingly that now I look more like my little brother when he had his, long boy hair, which, was a little shorter than this. Not that she thought that it looked bad or anything, which she told me. She said it didn't look bad because I actually immediately started crying when she said that. And she said it looked good and it suited my face and all sorts of, she's trying to kind of stop me from crying. And, I kept on saying, but I don't want to look like a boy. I don't want to look like a boy, which is true. I like looking like a girl. I like being girly. And I didn't want to look like a boy. And I'm sure I don't look like a boy, but it's in my head now, and it was a huge fear, and I think that when I see other people with short hair, when I see other women with short hair, that it doesn't make them look, like boys, and it doesn't make you less of a girl if you don't, have long hair. But in my mind, for me, that's what I thought, because I thought, not because I think it, but because other people are gonna think it. Which leads me to number two, I'm incredibly self-conscious. I'm super, super scared of people seeing me without long hair because I physically hide behind my hair a lot of the time. I do what I always have. And the more embarrassed I get or the more uncomfortable I get in any situation, the more of my hair that I would put in my face or around me. And I don't have that anymore. I can't hide behind my hair. I can't put it in front of me to make people not look at me. And I'm terrified to go out and see people because I can't hide behind my hair because it's not long anymore. And it's scary because I have such a hard time going out and talking to people anyways, and dealing with if people are looking at me or not, and it scares me so much, and it causes so much anxiety for me on a daily basis that the thought of going out without my hair really long and being able to kind of I don't know if in my mind blend in is so incredibly scary that I am panicking. I'm freaking out. I actually was at my parents' house and I got in my car and I drove to my apartment, which is an hour away, because I'm freaking out about my hair. And I keep on telling myself that it's ridiculous, like it's just hair. It shouldn't be that big of a deal, but it is. And I'm getting really emotional about it and I'm crying about my hair. And when I first got it, I thought it looked good, and I don't necessarily think, I've really messed it up because I keep on nervously touching it, but I didn't think it looked bad, and I thought, it may be cute. I think, I love when girls have, the short hair and the cute outfits and all sorts of stuff, and and I was looking forward to doing that, and now all I can think is, do I look like a boy? Or people are gonna look at me, and I have no choice. I can't cover myself with my hair, which is what I usually do. How many times can I say hair in this video? Probably a lot. And I'm going through all of this in my mind and then thinking about how incredibly stupid it is that I'm focusing on me when the whole reason that I did this in the first place was so that some kid who is sick and doesn't have hair, doesn't have a choice, can have hair and not have to be, bald and because they don't have a choice. Like, my hair's gonna grow back. I could shave my head and my hair will grow back. I could do anything that I want because my hair's gonna grow back, and that's why I did it in the first place. I have a lot of hair, and I always have, and my hair's really thick, and I took care of it. For this reason, I was taking really good care of my hair so that I could donate it. And now that I've done it, I am completely selfishly looking at myself and feeling bad about myself because I don't have long hair, and it's making me incredibly insecure. And making me really insecure and making me think about, the whole, you look less feminine or something, which is stupid because that's not true. It's so incredibly ingrained in my head, and I didn't realize, as much as I look at, other girls and I say, they look great, or I don't think they look any less feminine when they're bald. And there's women who pull off incredibly short haircuts and they look amazing. But for me, apparently, internally, I feel like I need my hair to be a girl. It's still there, and that scares me so much. It's so terrifying to me that this is the reaction that I'm having to cutting my hair, because it shouldn't be that big of a deal. I should have just cut it off and been like, oh, cool. I'm donating to a charity, and it's something that I just have, and I'm blessed to have it, and I can do that, and I can give it to somebody else. But I'm terrified. I'm so terrified, and I'm panicking, and I'm anxious, and I left without saying goodbye to my parents because I just couldn't explain to them what is going on and how incredibly terrifying it is for me to walk out without long hair, when there's people who do that every day. I mean, there's people that have cancer that walk out bald, and it's amazing, and it's beautiful, and it's great that, and they're confident with it, and it's fantastic. And I am crying because my hair went from being long to being short. Still here, but short. And I made that choice. I made it myself, and I did it on purpose, and I did it for charity. And this is what I'm focusing on, that I'm terrified, absolutely 100% terrified of what's gonna happen when I go to work tomorrow, or I see my friends and what they're gonna think and what people are gonna comment, because I've already gotten comments. I got a comment from my friend. Oh my god, why am I crying? I got a comment from one of my friends, and not that she meant it in a mean way or anything, but the first part of the comment was, but I really liked your long hair. It looks really cute short. And all I can think is, she hates my hair. And that matters to me, and it shouldn't. And I work so hard for it to not matter that much, but right now it really matters, because it's a huge change for me. It's dramatic. I don't do huge changes. I don't. I'm bad at them. I don't like them, And I constantly want huge changes, but am too afraid to do anything. And I was finally courageous enough to do one very minor change for me, and I'm freaking out about it. And the reasoning behind it was a good reason and everything, and it's scaring me. It's scaring me because I so naturally feel uncomfortable with me that I've just taken like a whole layer of something that hides me from everybody else and separates me from everybody else, and in my mind apparently keeps me safe from what other people say and what other people think, and is a positive thing to most people. People comment all the time about my long hair and how pretty it is, and they say that much more than they compliment anything else about me, my intelligence or my humor or anything else, what my face looks like or anything. People comment on my hair, and I guess become so incredibly reliant? Is that the right word? Yeah, I've completely relied on people complimenting my hair because I don't get all of the compliments in the world, because I do fade in the background a lot. I do not want people to pay attention to me, but I still want people to compliment me because I feel horrible about myself most of the time. And a lot of that has to do with anxiety. A lot of that has to do with fear of what people think, and for some reason, it matters, for that mattering to me, and not being able to control that, and having to say, that doesn't matter, like, people are not thinking about you, and being constantly terrified of that, and constantly terrified of people looking at me and saying whatever and thinking whatever about me when I'm really never gonna know, and it's completely an irrational thought, and it controls so much of my life and what I do. And so I don't even know how to handle all of these feelings of being excited that I'm going to be able to do something that I've wanted to do for so long and feel good about giving to somebody else, but somehow that isn't overshadowing the amount of fear that I have about what's going to happen when I walk out of my door. About hair. It's hair, and the more that I talk about it, it's just hair. It's a thing. It grows on my head. It's gonna keep growing. It doesn't define me as a person, and it doesn't define me as a woman. And if somebody doesn't like it, that's their problem, not mine. But I cried right here about my hair. And it doesn't matter. Anything else. All that matters is that the hair that I was hiding behind is gonna help somebody else in some way, is going to do something good, something better than hiding me from the entire world. And that's so much more. That's worth so much more than how scared I am right now, or how emotional I am, or any of that. That's not even close to as important as what is going to happen once I put my hair in that envelope and send it. It so means so much more than any of this. any of it.